subs who made that scorecard are very much authors, and reality speaks with a vengeance. The camera itself is an author, because the camera speaks in very distinctive voice. And you, who looks at the picture, and who either clicks to more, clicks to next, or clicks to context, or index, or goes back to it, to previous, or whatever, in how you look and how you made mind associations about an image is also an author. So there's not one author to the image. You know that she would not be arrested for having these books, because everybody had these books. So you start to think that it's true, she has no more use for them, which means that those books were functional and operational within a certain period of history, but history has changed, a page has been turned, and those books represent nothing anymore. And in the same time, you wonder, what is she going to read that night? I mean, it's like she's letting go of all friends, she's letting go of all associations. I mean, she bought these books, she read these books, she must have caressed these books, and it's a real willful act to cut with the past. She was basically occupying the apartment so that the apartment would not fall into unknown hands. She would not let me shoot pictures or a portrait of her. I walked into her kitchen. The only thing in the kitchen was the watch. I realized that this woman was counting the hours until the transition happened, until she would be safe, and she was ready. She'd written this text that says, I speak no good English, I'm mother of 2 daughters. So she had all those texts prepared in English with phonetic translations and so on to help her get by and explain her case. Each time you shoot a picture, you're both answering and asking a question. And I said to myself, all right, question 1, how old is she? Well, she must be close to 80 or above 80. How many wars has she seen? How many houses has she seen burning? What does that represent for her in the history of Bosnia, the former Yugoslavia, and this sector of Europe? She's clearly going to stay. She's beyond it all. And your mind starts to see these floating fragments of a ultimate truth come as flashes. And each of those pictures, in a certain way, is a revelation that there is both a question asked, a question answered. When I saw that little scorecard, it was one of the most chilling confirmation of my intuition of the arbitrariness of the period. And then visiting the hideouts from which the snipers operated, and then seeing all the devices, the screens that were devised on the front lines by the civilian population to be able to escape the eye of the sniper. Because it's not about escaping the bullet, it's the eye that's able to aim and decide to kill or not to kill. So you enter into a world that's almost like a theatrical sense of screens, a reality that's calculated to the millimeter, where the sniper can see you from here to there and not beyond there. It's almost like a pool table where every angle is calculated. It's both a physical world with physical and real consequences, but at the same time it's a virtual world that's in your mind, where you have to compute always the angles of things. And that's what Sniper World is about. It's a terrifying world, it's an oppressing world, it's a terrorizing world, and at the same time it's a fascinating world where it was found by a Bosnian family in their home when they came back to Ilija, and that was the only object left by the previous Serbian inhabitants of their homes, squatters. It was shot in front of the Hotel Serbia. Every family went to have its picture taken in front of the Hotel Serbia, which was, like a symbol of middle-class normalcy. I looked at the way the people were dressed. They were dressed almost like American families of the 50s. I mean, it's speculated it was the first squatter in this home that took a drill bit, first erased the faces, and then drilled out this straight line through the bodies. And in the end, it was the message left to the Bosnian family that would come back. I think it's the most important image in some way, and I'm not the author of it. It's a found object.